Stuff. All right, so this next gentleman models for hair bands and is really funny. Give it up for Mike Gregg. Is it on?
Yeah.
So I'm dedicating this set to all the fallen squirrels over the past 3 weeks. It's bad, you know. I know that they see that right now their squirrel economy is plentiful, so they only know one way to go, and that's straight down. Now they're wondering, is all these people are going to retire soon? Who's going to feed us in the park? You know what I'm saying? We can't depend on all the people who are retiring. They get a lot of shit on their minds, and I mean they're squirrels. They can only think ahead like a couple weeks or so. So they're like the millennials. Are we gonna depend on them? We can't depend on them. They only care about what's on their fucking BuzzFeed bullshit. They don't care about anything immediately around them. They care about the tsetse fly population in Botswana or some bullshit like that. Quick, there's a UPS truck. Dying in droves, man. So I grew up in this area. I grew up actually in Corinna. I don't know if you guys know Corinna. Yeah, don't clap for that. That's a shit. There's about 1,000 to 2,000 fucking assholes in that town. I hated that place, man. I had long hair when I lived there. I listened to death metal, so I didn't fit in with anyone. And every now and then I'd be walking down the road, and this guy would pull up in his rusty F-250 and roll down his passenger window and go, "Cut your hair, fag!" That was my high school drama coach. That's the most liberal dude in the town. God. It's bad. So then I moved down to Portland area, Biddeford specifically, and the worst thing I get now is, look at that guy. Bet he fronts a Megadeth cover band. Which I do. But it's still rude that you assume that. But it's better than cut your hair fag. I'll take it. Work a lot now. Work a couple jobs. And works someplace I've never, ever really been able to fit in. Because there's always Jim and Bob with that sense of humor around the water cooler. You know, like, "Hey, Jim! This asshole. I really whooped your ass in fantasy football, didn't I?" "Oh, come here, buddy." "Oh, Bob, you son of a bitch." And normally I like to keep to myself, but sometimes I like to chime in with my sense of humor. And that's, "Hey, Bob, you know when I worked with you yesterday, buddy, I almost eviscerated you with a box cutter, right, big guy up top?" What, Bob? "Bob, I swear to God, if you leave me hanging, I'll cut you down in front of your family." "See you tomorrow at 9, buddy." Then I find myself in HR for some reason, looking like an asshole just for trying to fit in. That's not fair to me. It's not fair. It's also other people at work, too. The grass is always greener to them. You know, they have this weird sense of optimism. Like, I could be doing something better down the street. It's like the same thing, buck an hour more, you know that? I could be doing something better than that. I could be doing porn. How do you know porn isn't just like any other job and it just sucks after orientation? Like a week or two, something like that, Like, dude, this is great. Man, I'm getting laid all the time. I'm getting paid to do it. Then your director comes up to you and he goes, "All right, you're shooting a scene with Janice today." Fucking Janice. Anybody but Janice. You know what she does between takes? All she does is talk about her goddamn cats, all right? I end up hearing cat stories from that woman. Come in the next day, "Hey, what's going on, this guy? Shooting a gay scene today, so." The fuck, I'm not even gay. Yeah, well, Bill called out, so. You gotta cover for him. I don't know what to tell you. We work as a team here at Sultry Sunset Productions. I expect you to be a team player. Bullshit! Hey, that's a quarter in the swear jar. All right, we talked about this. Ever since I moved My mother's been asking when I'm gonna make grandchildren.
I'm good,
Like,
though.
Mom, you fuck off. You have 3. You're just being greedy now. Alright, that's not right. I just know I'd be an unfit parent. But she always uses that same angle, you know. You know, Mike, you should have a kid. It's like a mini you. That's exactly why I don't want one. I fucking hate me. Why would I want another one of me on this planet? You know, Mike, you were a kid once too. Yeah, I was a fucking asshole. No, thank you. Besides, I'd rather have a dog any day. You know, I've had a dog for a few years. No amount of shit I've picked up over the past 5 years will offset my desire to remain childless. There's no way. Like, and it's the worst times. I'll be picking up after him on a street corner, and of course there's a red light, right? And he does this thing where sometimes he'll ingest one of my hairs, and so I'll have a nugget hanging out of it, like a dead trapeze artist, and I have to pull it out of him. Whilst someone is in a car hanging out of the passenger side of their mom's Civic, like, yo boy, you gonna pick that shit up, dog? You gonna pick that shit up? Yeah, it's getting a minute. Much rather do that than have a child. And besides, if I had a child, all I do is shit all over his hopes and dreams, so why would I want one, you know? He'd come up to me, 4 years old or so, all full of hope in his eyes. Hey, what's up, buddy? What's up? Oh, you want to be a cancer doctor when you grow up? That's cute. You know, first of all, it's oncologist, all right? Second of all, you know, you're not gonna become a cancer doctor. No. You're not gonna cure cancer. You know what? You have my genes. You have a better chance of getting cancer, actually. Why are you crying? Fucking pin. Why are you crying? You know, fine. Go ahead and tell your mom, because she thinks you're a mistake too. That would be me as a parent.
Drop it.
Thank you.
It is. It is bad. Not that I could find anyone to make a kid with. That's another problem. You know, guys, like say they cruise for pussy. I scavenge for it. Like it's a post-apocalyptic wasteland. I scour the earth looking for it. And I have some inhibitions too. I understand that. One day a girl smiled at me. And smiled at me. I mean, it was obvious. Like, look at me. Okay, it's not 1973. The Deep Purple isn't on the charts. No one's lining up to bang this, okay? Nobody. She smiled at me. And my first thought was, wow, bet she has a meth problem. That was my first thought. My second thought wasn't much better. I bet she has a huge cock. Look, it's just, I'm not saying there's something wrong with that. I'm just saying I don't like surprises. That's all. Some of my friends are like, why don't you try dating online? Why don't you try Tinder? Fuck Tinder. My generation should be burned at the stake for inventing and supporting that fucking... You know what Tinder is? Yeah, you don't know? Well, Tinder is what happens when a society morally shits itself. You get Tinder, where we're reduced to awful selfies with stupid Snapchat filters, which is a whole other thing I'm not going to get into. That's Tinder. Oh, swipe right if you like them, swipe left if you don't. I swiped right like a serial rapist. 3 matches. 2 of whom didn't even talk to me, right? The third stopped talking to me after a while, which was weird, because I didn't say anything like, hey, we should go down to, Bangor beer, I could put something in your drink. I didn't say anything out of line. Just stops talking. Then there was a 4th girl, right? I didn't match with her, she just messages me. She goes, I'm sorry, but did you used to be a woman? Actual quote. Did you used to be a woman? I only ask because you look familiar, like someone who has transitioned, and you have no appearance of an Adam's apple. That's your gauge of masculinity? Is a fucking protruding goiter coming out of my neck? You know, though, I should have suspected something. There was a red flag on her profile. The first thing she said was, "I love to laugh." Everybody loves to laugh. Laughter is pure joy. Laughter is intrinsic of happiness. You don't see anyone here tonight going, "Oh, Jesus Christ!" Smack me next time I do that. This shit sucks. Oh, I love to laugh. Oh, do you get hungry before you eat too? You get tired before you sleep? This is riveting conversation. You know what? Keep it going. I have 2 gallons of bleach in my closet that I've saved for just this occasion. Thank you very much, Bangor Beer.